Welcome back, everybody. uh, this is the second out of 3 times I'll be going live today. Uh, but yeah. So these fools got caught, man. Right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to some scanner footage real quick. And
LA 39. Have a male caller. He advised his information about Vicki and Casey White, requesting to speak in person. He would not give dispatch any information.
wow. All right, so that's it for that, which wasn't much. Give me a second here. I'll see if I can find something else here. I'm sorry, guys. So this is just breaking. So I'm still trying to get every bit of information that I can get here. So okay. All right. So I've got a press conference here. Let me
talking about all week that we wanted to call. Casey White and Vicki White are in custody. There was a pursuit this afternoon in Evansville, Indiana. Evansville, Indiana is about 219 miles from here. The U.S. Marshals were in pursuit of a black Ford pickup. I think it was a F-Ford 150. And Casey White was driving that vehicle. Vicki White was a passenger. During the pursuit, the pickup truck wrecked.
well, that's stupid. Like, she's the corrections officer. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm curious as to what the circumstances of that were, because she's the trained officer. She's a sheriff. She works for the sheriff's department. She's trained on how to drive. She's trained on how cops drive. So it would make sense to me that she would be the one driving to have the best chance of getting away.
Vicki White surrendered. Vicki White has been transported to the hospital for treatment. So this has ended a very long and stressful and challenging week and a half. It ended the way that we knew it would. They are in custody. What I'm very thankful for tonight is that no one was hurt. No citizens were hurt. No officers were hurt.
So did she shoot herself or not?
Of this escape.
Like, this is different. So did she shoot herself or not? There's a lot of mixed information that I'm getting here, because he's saying that she wasn't hurt. So, right, I keep hearing that she shot herself, but she's alive and in custody. But he's saying that she wasn't even hurt. Nobody was hurt. But he's also over here saying that this is how he knew this would end. You couldn't have known it would end like this, dude. There's no way.
Casey White is now back in custody, and I cannot express enough to the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force for the assistance they've been in this.
Okay, and he didn't say that Vicki White was in custody. He just said Casey White was in custody.
Their agents are actually the ones that were involved in the pursuit. And my team of investigators who work diligently along.
Hello.
Players in this, the least of which is not the media. You guys.
Yeah, that was not my fault, guys. I don't know. I'm streaming press conference off some channel, so.
Made this happen. You've kept this story out there. You've kept it on everybody's mind. And the tips, what led us to the arrest and the capture of them today was a tip that came from citizens. And they call those tips in because of the coverage y'all have provided us. You don't know how much I personally appreciate the way y'all have helped us in this case. We got a dangerous man off the street today. He is never going to see the light of day again. And, that's a good thing for not just our community, but that's a good thing for this country. So thank you very much for your help. I'll be glad to take a few questions.
What's the nature of Vicki White?
Don't know. Just know she's been transported to the hospital for treatment. There was a wreck. I don't know if the wounds are related to the wreck or not. I'm sorry.
Are they caught in the same vehicle that you see pictures of the today?
I'm sorry?
Are they caught in the same vehicle?
Yes, I think so. That Ford F-150.
What's the connection to Evansville, Indiana? Why there for them?
Don't know if anything particular drew them to that town. But that's where we got the latest tip, which came in late last night, I think, or last night. Followed up on it first thing this morning, and they were able to get some leads there, and it led to their capture.
Man, thank God for credible tips, man. That's fantastic.
Where exactly did the chase start?
Where did the chase start? I'm not sure. My understanding is that they had located them at a hotel, and they spotted them, ran, and the pursuit ensued.
Sure. We spoke to some of the folks that called that tip in.
Why the hell did they think that they could get holed up in a hotel and not get caught? They always do that.
And that it's taken several days for all the tips coming in to be able to get through those, get down the list. Was there something last night that changed your idea about why it might actually be a real sighting of Casey White?
No, I'm not aware of the earlier tip.
When will they be brought back here?
Not sure. They'll have to be extradited if they don't waive extradition. That can take some time. Of course, court proceedings involved in that. Over here, I heard someone over here.
Will they actually be brought back here, or
yes.
The connection is it just too deep to?
No, they will be brought here. He has to be brought back here, and she does, to face arraignment on the new charges. He is charged with escape. She has multiple charges on her now. They will have to be brought back here for arraignment. We've already made arrangements for the Department of Corrections. He will be brought here for arraignment. If it's 2 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't matter. The judge has agreed to come out. He will be arraigned and immediately transferred to the Department of Corrections.
Are you concerned about Vicki White coming back to this detention center since she worked here?
She will not be she will not be confined in this detention center.
You think?
I hope she survives this. I don't know the extent of her injuries. I hope she survives it.
I do too.
We don't wish any ill will on Vicki in terms of her health or her.
No, I mean, there's about 10% of me that feels bad for her because her mind is probably not in the best state due to the fact that she recently lost her husband. It's, due to the fact that she recently lost her husband and had to take care of him while he was suffering through a long illness. So that part of me feels bad for her in that sense, and maybe her mind wasn't exactly where it should have been. But 90%, the other 90% of me doesn't feel sorry for her in the slightest bit. She is it's her job to train people to not do what she did. To I mean, she has 15 years experience. It's not like she's a rookie. She's a 4-time uh winner of employee of the year. And she's been doing this for 15 years. She knows better.
Her well-being, but she has some answers to give us, and hopefully we'll have the opportunity to get those answers.
Was there any kind of struggle?
Not that I'm aware of. I think it was just a pursuit. They wrecked and they were taken into custody. I understand he surrendered.
See, if she had been doing the driving, maybe they wouldn't have wrecked. But I'm glad he was the one doing the driving.
I haven't got that information. I'm not sure.
How was she injured?
Don't know. I don't know if it's a result of wreck or if it's some other kind of injuries.
Is there any indication, Sheriff, that one of them shot themselves during this chase?
Can't confirm that. I know that no law enforcement officers fired any shots for sure.
Sheriff, the eyes of the country, people across the world, in fact, have been watching and following this manhunt, from here in Lauderdale County and now through 3 different states. How have you managed to keep going every day and keep that energy that we've seen here throughout this search?
I just wanted to get them off the street. I was committed to that. I was committed to every resource we had available to us to use those resources to make this event happen, to make this press conference possible.
Did you expect this outcome?
I'm sorry?
Did you expect this outcome?
I did. I've always expected this outcome. I knew we would catch them. It's just a matter of time. What was so challenging about this escape was, most escapes from a county jail, especially, they're not planned.
All right, he froze again. Hold on, I just got a text. I'm sorry to laugh at this. So I just got a text, and
sort of spontaneous. There are no resources available.
I just got a text saying that now there's a rumor basically flying around that Vicki Amber Hearded her pants when when they were caught. But that could be a result of her shooting herself. I mean, that's been known to happen. It was just funny how this information was just delivered to me.
Plan in place about what am I going to do when I get out here other than just run. This escape was obviously well planned and calculated. A lot of preparation went into this. They had plenty of resources, had cash, had vehicles, had everything they needed to pull this off. And that's what made this last week and a half so challenging. We were starting from ground zero, and not only that, we were started. They got a 6-hour head start on us. So it's been and this just speaks volumes to the effectiveness and the efficiency.
Cherry, I see that you're in the chat. Thank you. If you could do me a big solid and find me that Evansville press conference, I would be very grateful.
It speaks volumes to the effectiveness and efficiency of the United States Marshal Service. This is what they do. They track down fugitives, and today is obvious that they do it well.
Is there any reason to believe they had help in their escape?
No evidence that I know of that there was anyone else involved other than Casey White.
So that's what I'm wondering. Okay, guys, I'm wondering if there's confusion as far as whether or not she actually shot herself. It's really the question of one vowel. Like, did she shot herself or she shat herself? Like, which one is it? I want to know.
That I don't know about. That's not my deal.
Did they talk to you yet? Keep it quiet. Did they have anything to say once you're in custody?
I have no idea. They're obviously in Indiana, and I'm here, so I don't really know what's
Yeah,
going
someone
on with
get
these
me
people, but,
confirmation between
yes, Mark,
the letter
we're up
A
there.
and the letter O.
We will probably wait. until
Shot
they
or
get back here.
shat?
I don't see any needing us.
What
to send
happened?
someone up there, so they'll be brought back here. And now if they don't waive extradition and are up there for a while, we may end up sending a team up.
Could be both.
Can you talk about lessons learned? We've talked over the week about protocols that are in place for your employees, but will there be changes or lessons that you've learned from this entire situation?
Well, the lesson that I think I've learned, and I think everybody's learned, you don't know who you can trust. You know, I had every bit of trust in Vicki White. She has been an exemplary employee, and what in the world provoked her or prompted her to pull a stunt like this, I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. But you know, I mean, you as a leader, you've got to have people in place in these key positions like she was
I
in.
totally agree with you, Caleb. I totally agree. I mean, it seemed like they just couldn't. I think transportation just became an issue, is what it was. But at the same time, I mean, why are you're shacking up in a hotel? Somebody said that they stopped at a car wash. Like, for what? You know, there's cameras in car washes, right? Stupid.
That you have confidence in, that you have trust in, and when they violate that trust,
I mean, Dog was right. Dog the bounty hunter was right, though. You know, they don't have experience in running, so. All right, hold on a second here. Now I gotta. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm pulling up this Evansville. Thank you, Cherry. I'm pulling up this Evansville press conference. Give me just 1 second, y'all.
I don't know how you can predict that. You know, we had the
Oh,
policy,
wait.
you know, a policy is a piece of paper. It can't prevent
Apparently, it's the wrong one. Hold on. Here, let me just keep playing this.
A policy is there for me as a leader to take disciplinary action when a policy is violated. I can't predict when someone's going to violate the policy. But you know, just one more time, you know, I've learned that you just don't know people sometimes.
So is it the right one or the wrong one?
How would you compare this moment to some of the other events that have happened in your tenure as sheriff?
Oh, yeah, it's the wrong one.
Tenure as sheriff. September this year will mark the 50th anniversary of me beginning my.
Still waiting on that Evansville press conference, guys. Just be patient with me. It's the wrong press conference. It's an Evansville press conference it's from a different shooting.
Career. I've never experienced a week like this in my career.
Sheriff, you've been in contact with Pat Davis, Vicki's mom, over the course. You had one sheriff that you said that was kind of your liaison.
Yes.
Have you spoken to her since their capture?
I have not. That deputy is at her home as we speak.
So
he was dispatched there. That's one reason we had to delay the press conference a while, to give him time to get to their house.
So she was alerted before the press.
Yes.
So Vicki won't be in the Waterville County Detention Center. Do you know what the plans are?
I feel like that's the other way around, Mike.
We'll make arrangements to have her.
Because they were caught in the truck in Indiana, so it would make sense to me that the truck was stolen in Indiana.
Contained in another facility. And in fact, those arrangements have already been made. Those arrangements were made 3 or 4 days ago.
Mr. Conley, can you speak a little to general upcoming prosecution of this? Talk to us about
well, we primarily want to bring him back here and hold him accountable, not only for this escape, obviously, but for the murder of Vicki Ridgway. Connie Ridgway,
dude.
So we're going to be working with the sheriff's department to make sure that we can get him extradited and get him back here and hold him accountable.
in general, though, how do you, obviously, the extra cost place like it, given the escape, what are your thoughts on immediate charges that are coming out of
Well, I mean, his capital murder case is set for June. So, plan A would be to try him in June for that. And there are a lot of moving parts between there and now. But, I mean, that's plan A. And obviously, I know that we got a great staff at the jail, and I know that they're going to be on high alert to house him and make sure that he doesn't get away from us again.
talk about the charges coming against Vicki. We will pursue that.
So she's charged with facilitating the escape. That's a Class C felony, so she's looking at up to 10 years in prison.
That's it.
You had contact with Connie Ridgway's family or son. Can you talk to me about making that call to them and letting them know about this capture? Has that been done yet?
Yes, I mean that was our first priority when we found out that they were captured, is to let them know that, and we've done that, so they know.
Can you tell me about that conversation? You seem like you were probably excited to make that call. What was their take on the other end? Well,
to be frank, they already knew it from Facebook. So apparently the people in Indiana had already released it on Facebook. But yeah, well, I mean, but that's part of what we take very seriously, is to make sure that our victims are informed and consulted about the case, and we've done that.
And all of this, everyone talking about Vicki and Casey and their love story and whatnot, they're real victims of Casey White's crimes and alleged victims of Connie Ridgway.
Absolutely, and I mean that's one of the really sad things about this. That after finally being able to indict him for her murder, of having this twist and turn in that case, it's got to be devastating to them. So we look forward to bringing him to justice.
What was the reaction from Casey's ex-girlfriend?
All right, I got something here.
Well, I have not spoken to her, so I don't have any reaction from her.
For you, as a colleague, one last question.
Give me 1 second here.
Mortgage rates are historically low. Homeowners can refinance with zero closing costs now at Diamond Valley. Lower your monthly payments. Pay off.
Dude, shut up. All right.
And even members of the Marshall Task Force from Alabama and Mississippi. The Evansville County Sheriff's Office and the U.S. Marshals Houston Task Force, and even members of the Marshall Task Force from Alabama and Mississippi. And we have Marshal Stillwell here, inspector from the Marshal Service. They were here because a vehicle had been located in Evansville almost a week ago that appeared to be related to the Alabama escapee and sheriff's office employee that had fled the area. As we were working on this today,
that's where I am right now.
We gained
this is their
information
website.
that a vehicle matching the description of a suspect vehicle was near our sheriff's office. So the U.S. Marshals Task Force and deputy sheriffs went to the area. Soon thereafter, the male and female fled in a vehicle on Highway 41 northbound, went past Highway 57. As you can see, they turned here on Birch Park Drive. They came through this grassy area. The Marshals Task Force officers intercepted them, actually collided with them to try to end the pursuit. When this occurred, the female driver of the vehicle shot herself, and the passenger was injured, not too seriously. They've both been taken to local hospitals to be examined for their injuries. Her injuries are very serious. I don't know the true extent, but I want to commend the Marshals Task Force for being here and working diligently with the Evansville County Sheriff's Office to put two bad people and get them off the street.
Are these the Whites from Alabama?
Yes, they are. It is.
Yeah. She's still alive.
She's still alive.
His condition?
What's that?
His condition?
He seems to be okay. She's in pretty serious shape.
Do you know where she was shot?
I don't know where she was shot, but it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Do you know where the pursuit first took place?
It was Highway 41 south of St. George Road is where the pursuit initiated.
Any indication on how long they've been in Evansville?
We can't clarify that at this time until we speak to him. We know the vehicle that was recovered had a date of May the 3rd, It's hard to.
So, like, if she shot herself in the stomach, first of all, from what I understand, I don't know a whole lot, but I've been told on several occasions that a gunshot to the stomach, first of all, would take the longest to die from. It's a slow and painful death to get shot in the stomach. Why didn't she shoot herself in the heart or in the head if she actually wanted to die? Now, I don't think she actually wanted to die. You don't shoot yourself in the stomach unless it's some sort of cry for help or to make sure that you're taken into custody without, you know, almost in a way of ensuring that you're not a threat anymore and you could be taken into custody without incident. That's the only logical reason I would think that she would actually shoot herself in the stomach, or most logical, if any.
I believe that they've been here that many days, but we were lucky that we stumbled upon them today.
Yeah, the car wash surveillance photos were from the 3rd. It's only speculation, of course, at this point, but why would people on the run stay in Evansville for 6 days?
Well, they're criminals. Sometimes they do things that are unexplainable, but in this case, I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
How did law enforcement catch eyes on them? Was somebody calling in, or did law enforcement just catch them?
A member of the Evansville Police Department observed the vehicle and thought that it could have matched the description of the vehicle that we've been looking for, and that's what we went to investigate.
So the vehicle that's found at the car wash, was that impounded? The blue Ford?
Yes.
Okay. So they changed vehicles?
Now, you guys don't remember the media.
They changed vehicles to a Cadillac?
Okay, so anybody here?
Was it a Cadillac that was eventually stopped in the crash?
No, as you can see, it was this vehicle it looked like a truck, wasn't it? Was it a truck? Oh, well, I'm sorry. It is a Cadillac. That was stopped. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. Okay. Yeah.
Would you like to come up and speak?
Okay, so it was a Cadillac. Okay, so that person that commented was right.
Cooperation between the various law enforcement agencies to get this done.
Yeah, well, probably one of the best federal agencies that we work with is U.S. Marshals Task Force. They do a very good job. They supply a lot of resources and personnel to us. And when we have serious crime,
lots of love to those U.S. Marshals, man. Way to go. Good job, guys.
That needs to be addressed. We can usually handle it through the Marshals Task Force in our office. And the state police is involved in that, and Evansville Police as well. So it's a very good multi-member law enforcement agency.
From when they responded initially to whenever the crash happened, how long was that?
Very short period of time. From the time we initiate the pursuit until the time it ended was less than a few minutes.
Do you think there were other accomplices that may have
Well, I'm sorry, we don't answer. So
with this, and obviously this has been national news, has there been other ways that you guys have prepared for this? Were you guys expecting? I'm sure you guys weren't.
well, anytime you have people that are on the run, you're notified and you're keeping a watchful eye on any suspicious activity, suspicious vehicles. In this particular case, one of the suspects being 6'9", that's good for us because he wasn't a normal sized human being. So it was an easy target for us.
Whenever criminals are on the run, even we in the media, even the regular Joe citizen.
I can't wait to find out if they were dressed like old ladies. If there was a wheelchair in the vehicle and if they were dressed like old ladies, I can't wait to find out if that was just some stupid rumor.
This and wonders. I wonder if they come our way. When did you first get the indication that they might be coming our way?
Well, after the vehicle was located a while back, we at least knew they may have been in our area, but I couldn't believe that they had remained here.
Did they resist at any point when they were when the car did?
Oh no! Once the accident occurred, they no resisting.
How long from the time that vehicle was found at the car wash until it was determined that was probably their vehicle? How long?
I don't know the time frame that they developed the lead that was probably related.
Sheriff, how many weapons were found in the car?
What's that?
How many weapons?
Just one so far, but we haven't really looked through the vehicle yet. We're going to get a search warrant for the vehicle, and we'll examine it later on this evening.
Sheriff Wedding, there were previous reports. I'm with 44
yeah.
on the other end of the camera. Sorry. There were previous reports from Casey White saying, you know, he was ready to go all out. He was even, you know, asking for law enforcement to shoot him. Are you surprised that it was Vicki White who pulled the trigger?
Well, once again, with criminals and criminal minds, they're very unpredictable. We don't take anything they say.
I was under the impression that he was 250. And yes, he was tatted up, horrible tattoos, some of the worst I've ever seen. Both like in nature and just quality. Yeah, I think this is what they meant, Cherry. So I think we're good. I appreciate it.
With any merit that they can change on a dime, and this was a perfect example of that.
But this one definitely had more information.
It was the female who was driving. Yes. You know, the main thing is we're lucky that no law enforcement was injured, no innocent civilians were injured. The pursuit was short in nature, and we have both people in custody.
Sheriff Whitey, thanks a lot.
I mean, like, yeah, where I'm at. Let me see. There was something else. Let me just read the article here. So the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office has confirmed that Casey White and Vicki White were captured in Indiana. Watch the announcement in the video above, which is what we just did. Sheriff Rick Singleton confirmed Monday afternoon that Casey White and Vicki White were captured in Evansville, Indiana, following a police pursuit. Singleton said U.S. Marshals and local law enforcement in the area, which is 219 miles north of Lauderdale County. Wow, they only got 4 days, and they got 219 miles away. They must have just been focused on those sex toys that they got at the sex shop. That's that's what I'm guessing. They were pursuing a black Ford F-150 pickup truck. Casey was driving and Vicki was in the passenger, but I mean, this guy just confirmed it was a Cadillac. So since this is so fresh, guys, just fair warning, the details are going to be a little shady. They're going to be a little shaky. So it says here, Singleton said the truck wrecked and Casey surrendered to law enforcement. Vicki White was transported to the hospital with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. U.S. Marshals confirmed to WVTM 13. Singleton said no citizens and no law enforcement or officers were hurt during the escape of pursuit. Thank goodness for that. We got a dangerous man off the streets today, Singleton said. He is never going to see the light of day again, unless another corrections officer falls for him. Singleton said arrangements have been made to detain Vicki in a separate facility. Once she is brought back to Lauderdale County, Vicki is charged with facilitating an escape, which is a Class C felony. She faces up to 10 years in prison. I had every bit of trust in Vicki White. She has been an exemplary employee, Singleton said. What in the world prompted her to pull something like this? I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. I'm going to see what else I can find on this. So new charges were filed for her. And her charges are, let's see. It's not saying what the charges are. I'll just read this article too. So new charges have been filed against former Alabama jailer Vicki White, who has been on the run for 10 days with escaped capital murder suspect Casey Cole White. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office on Monday said that the 56-year-old second in charge at the North Lauderdale County Jail is now charged with second-degree forgery and identity theft. Okay, so those are on there too. Those are the new charges. Second-degree forgery and identity theft. The charges stem from her allegedly using an alias to buy a 2007 Ford Edge, which was used in the couple's April 29th getaway. She was previously charged with permitting, aiding, and in an escape, which is also a felony. So she's going to get a little more than 10 years. But, you know, but she'll be definitely in her golden years by the time she gets out. That's if she lives that long. The jailer on what was to be her last day of work that Friday after 17 years at the sheriff's office nonchalantly led the shackled 38-year-old convict and capital murder suspect to her waiting patrol cruiser for a mental health evaluation that was never scheduled. We already know all those details. And along with this, I didn't know, along with the $90,000, she also bought an AR-15 and a shotgun. On the night before the escape, Vicki White spent the night at a Quality Inn instead of staying with her mother, as she had been doing since she sold her home more than a month ago, which was really stupid. Why do that? That doesn't make any sense. And she's on camera in the lobby. So before authorities even realized the pair was missing, someone found their getaway car in rural Tennessee roadway. It was towed to a lot and blah, blah, blah. We already know all that too. Now, this is interesting. So Casey White's former attorney said that he believes, based on his dealings with Casey White, that Vicki White is the mastermind behind the escape. Common sense would dictate that. Casey's not a planner, Dale Bryant said. He's more of an impulsive kind of guy. You can even look at all his prior criminal acts. None of those were planned, he said. They were all spur of the moment. He's just reacting to things. The planning of his escape was far too thorough and too far thinking, Brian said, and that is not Casey's MO. Lauderdale County Rick Singleton said the pair obviously had a jailhouse romance, though he said it was not physical. Instead, inmates later reported it got physical. that stop to the sex shop. That kind of confirms that they were planning on getting physical. Olivia Newton-John style. Vicki White would do small things like make sure Casey White had extra food on his plate. Investigators now say the relationship may have been going on for up to 2 years, and there's evidence that Vicki White communicated with Casey White while he was in state prison. So, yeah, there's that. Perfectly imperfect, the dude's 6'9". Chances are he's got really big hands. He's got really big feet. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Thank you, Cherry. Looks like we got some more footage for you guys. All right. All right. Brian Enton, our boy that we all love so much from the Gabby Petito case, has got an interview with the tipster, which is pretty awesome. Dude, that dude is working, bro. I don't care what anybody says about Brian Enton. That dude works.
And I'm going to have you stay close to me because the microphone is going to pick you up. James is the person who literally solved this entire thing. And it's awesome to have you with us right now. He is the manager at the car wash, and he first spotted Vicki and Casey at the car wash when their truck was discovered there. That was earlier this week. James, walk us, and you haven't spoken to anyone yet, and so no one has really heard your story. We've seen the surveillance video. Walk us through what happened at the beginning of the week, how you first spotted this truck at your car wash here in Evansville.
Okay, how it went down, I noticed the car hanging out of the bay, which is unusual.
He sounds like Dolly.
This is on the 3rd on Tuesday. Every time I leave, the truck's still been there. I come back, still there. Next morning, I get up at 6 o'clock to take my granddaughter to school. It's still there. I take her to school at Bossy. Get back at 7:30.
Yeah.
The truck's still there.
Wow.
I walk up to the truck and I think, oh my God, this is probably this guy from Alabama. And I walk and look in the truck because I think he could be dead, passed out, who knows. And so I backed up and then I opened the door, the keys are in. I started up, the truck ran, I got away. I Googled the local police department's phone number because I didn't want to call 911. Send the cop out. The cop comes out and he said, well, there ain't nothing I can do. It's not reported stolen. He run the plates. So then he left. He come back. He looked in it again. He found a gun lock in the seat. He said, oh my God, there's a gun lock, but there ain't no gun
Yeah,
lock.
this dude is totally Dolly in 15 years, except useful.
So he left. Then he said, just do what you got to do. I called Tri-State Tow and had it towed.
And this was on Wednesday.
That's on Wednesday.
And when did you see the video and say, this guy looks like Casey White? Was that on Wednesday also?
No, that was on yesterday, Sunday.
That was yesterday.
U.S. Marshal Service called me. They sent me a text message called from Alabama. And they said, I heard you got a truck towed. I said, I did. I said, that's that guy from Alabama. He said, yes, it is. So he said, I got U.S. Marshals coming to you even as I speak. And they didn't show up till this morning.
James, if it wasn't for you looking at that video, calling the police, this may not have ended like this.
The U.S. Marshal said not to show what they're driving because I've got her picking him up on surveillance on my cameras. And I told him, I called him back. I said, I got her. She's still with him. She picked him up. And he said, we think they're still in the Evansville area. Obviously they are. So.
Yeah, and you told me earlier you knew what kind of car they fled in, but you weren't going to put that out because you didn't want to compromise.
They asked me not to. The marshals asked me not to.
And the way this ended now, I mean, a chase, it's upside down. What do you make of that?
Imagine that.
I knew it's how it's going to end. I knew it. Either that or one local.
Hey, bullshit Betty, JLR, take note. This is how you do it, okay? You do what law enforcement tells you to do. You don't question law enforcement's expertise. You do what they tell you to do. People get caught. That's how it works. Morons.
A cop could have pulled him over. He would have shot and killed him. It took a team of law enforcement to do this. So.
Well, great work, James. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's people like you who solve these things.
If you see something, say something.
See something, say something. It shows that it works.
It works.
So thank you, James. Great work. So you heard from James himself, basically here in Evansville, Indiana. He spotted the truck earlier this week, went and looked at his surveillance.
You don't go interfering with an investigation. You just call the U.S. Marshals. In Tennessee, you call the TBI. That's all you do. Call the TBI, do what they tell you to do, and shut the fuck up.
Video at the car wash that he works at, realized that it was Casey and Vicki White, alerted U.S. Marshals. That brought all the attention here to Evansville, Indiana, about 217 miles from Florence, Alabama, where all of this started.
Y'all are terrible.
And then you had this police chase that happened today. Police knew what they were looking for because James, he told them the vehicle that they left in from his car wash because they had dropped the truck, got into a new car, started pursuing that vehicle. We're told it was a high-speed chase, went through several different yards. And it ended right here near the airport in Evansville, Indiana. The latest from the sheriff.
Y'all are killing me in the comments.
Vicki and Casey White are in custody. That Vicki White is in the hospital with injuries sustained from a gunshot wound. And the sheriff in Alabama said that he hopes that Vicki does survive this so they can get some of the answers that they want in this whole ordeal that has been going on for over a week.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.
Wow. Yeah, man. So, I don't know, man. Any more updates? I'm gonna be curious about here. I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep refreshing for a minute here for anything new. All right. CNN's live. Let's see what CNN has to say. Where's the, I don't understand. Are they not live? It says here that they're live. So the witness describes the chase Witness says, oh, okay, hold on. It just hasn't loaded yet. Corey Bradley is the witness. Says, it scared the life out of me when they came flying by. A little bit up the road, we were in standstill traffic, and that's when I heard what was going on and took the video as it went by. Oh, I want to see that video. Where is it? Dude. He says, I kept moving. I thought about pulling over since it's a national story. We don't get a lot of action like that around here. Bradley says he sat in traffic for about 10 minutes as police secured the area. It's saying watch Bradley's video here, but it's not like there. Oh, here we go. Yeah. All right, hold on, y'all. Let's watch old Bradley's video.
Every business, big or small, coast to coast,
God.
needs internet that can keep up with its demands. Verizon.
Shut up. And we got 20 more seconds of this. Sorry, guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like I hope this is, I mean, this is just this witness's video, so we'll see, but looks like there's a little action. Oh, that's just him driving by the. Okay, that's all that was. That's all that was. Wasn't much. Not much better footage than what we've already seen from the news sources. Let's see. So yeah. So that wraps it up for that case until there's a trial. I'm gonna keep talking about this as far as once I get some confirmation of the physical condition of Vicki White. I really want to know exactly what's going on there. And obviously, you know, she's going to face trial, or she's probably just going to plead guilty. I don't see why she wouldn't plead guilty unless she tries to plead some sort of an insanity plea where there's temporary insanity or something due to the fact that her husband died. But I don't see that flying, man. Not with how meticulously she planned this. So unless there's some way that he blackmailed her or forced her into it in some sort of way, which is like maybe he knows somebody on the outside and says, okay, well, I'm going to have your mother killed if you don't help me escape, which I don't think happened, because obviously there was some sort of relationship between them in the jail, according to witnesses. And she stopped at the sex shop, dude. You know what I mean? She stopped at the sex shop. Doesn't sound like, you know, like, I'm kind of curious as to what she bought there, but I don't really want to know. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of want to know, but I don't really want to know, you know? Yeah, no, I don't see any type of blackmail or anything like that. Yeah, I don't see any of that happening. Yeah, she stopped at the adult toy shop and picked up some, picked up God knows what. I mean, and I wonder if he told her to stop at the vanilla. I don't know, man. You think vanilla? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I sure hope so, because I don't want I don't want my imagination to go any further than that. I honestly don't. Good point, Soper girl. She had handcuffs. She had shackles, handcuffs, left the shackles and keys behind in the patrol car. They had no do I have to have this conversation? Do I have to explain this Chapters of Crime podcast? Oh my goodness. Google vanilla and sex. I'm not here to teach you all everything about everything. a deck of nudie cards. Y'all, just so you know, I have Courtney Love in my chat under this sock right here. It's pretty obvious who you are, though. Nice try. Big shout out to Courtney Love. I mean, it wouldn't be a story unless, you know what I mean? Like that's just more stuff for the news to make their story more interesting, is that she stopped at the sex shop and picked up who knows what. Okay, she's in critical condition. Uh-oh. Where are you getting all this info, Caleb? You know you have a wrench, right? I need help. Where are you getting this stuff so that I can share it? Okay. I think I just read this. Yeah, it says here she's in critical condition. So, but it still doesn't say where she was shot or where she shot herself. So, there's a bit of a better shot of the car here. Let me share that real quick. No, that's not it. Here we go. So, yeah, here's the car. And I can't blow this up. So, but yeah, that's the Cadillac. You can see the back seat door is really dented in. Looks like the driver's seat door is. I wonder if she accidentally shot herself. That's actually a possibility too. Maybe the impact of the accident caused her to. Maybe she had the gun in her hand and it was sitting in her lap or something. But the fact that she's yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Winter Moon. That makes the most sense. The only thing that makes the most sense uh at this point is yeah, it looks like one of the uh pursuing vehicles rammed them and yes, yes, ram them. Glare 2022. Thank you, Cherry. I know that's coming. Um, and she probably accidentally shot herself. And again, man, I can't reiterate enough that it doesn't make sense. You know, it makes more sense to me that if they are trying to get away, right? Because didn't the witness say that he saw her pick him up uh at the car wash? Uh didn't he say that he saw her pick him up? So why is he the designated getaway driver in a high-speed pursuit with the police when she knows how cops drive because she's trained to drive like a cop because she is a cop? And why isn't she yeah, well, I mean, she knows how the cops drive. So she has an advantage against them in that sense, and she has an advantage to drive like a cop and get away. Uh yeah, I know that's what no, she was not driving, Pugs. He was driving, she was the passenger. Huh. Right. Well, I mean, self-inflicted, sure, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it was deliberately self-inflicted. Okay, so all right. So she was driving. All right. So the police on the scene said, yeah, but the police on the scene that was being interviewed also said that it was the truck, that it was a truck and not a Cadillac. And we're looking at the Cadillac right here. And then he was like, oh, my bad. Yeah, they abandoned the truck at the car wash. And then they had, I mean, I guess what did they steal the Cadillac? Did they carjack somebody? Because that dude has a history of carjacking. There's a lot of mixed information here. So unfortunately, guys, I'm just gonna have to tell you, we've got two different press conferences with two different sets of information. So you're just gonna have to take what we're getting out of this with a grain of salt because it's so fresh that we just don't know all the confirmed details just yet. All right. So if she picked him up, then logic would dictate that she was the one driving. Because that's what the witness said. Yeah, Mona Lisa, you're right. It does happen when it's really fresh. That's why I usually prefer to like just wait, you know. Usually I just prefer to wait. Like, I'm not a journalist. I'm not like trying to get the scoop, you know. I just something that I've been following, and I was covering this as of today only, and I wanted to follow up because I got that information. No, that truck was not abandoned last Wednesday. The Ford, whatever, the car that was spray painted was abandoned last Wednesday. That's not correct. What's up, Annie? And make sure to check out Annie's video on this. There's a lot of detailed info in Annie's video. If you're not subscribed to 10 to Life, make sure that you do. Nobody does true crime quite like her. So give me 1 second here. Dude, I was watching this earlier today. I know it's here. Here we go. All right. All right. Cherry dropped her channel, but here's the actual video on this case that she did. Oh yeah, I got one planned. I got one planned, Annie. We definitely do. I miss you a lot too. We're definitely gonna do a panel together. A panel that everyone is going to enjoy, I promise. But yeah, we should do something on this case. But when that cross-examination on that Johnny Depp stuff goes down, man, yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to hearing your commentary and having some banter with you on that subject. All right, so guys, regarding the Johnny Depp case, type a 1 if you believe Johnny Depp. Type a 1 if you believe Johnny Depp is a terrible musician and he is polluting the earth with his Hollywood Vampires band. Type a 1. Sorry, I didn't finish my sentence in time. I had a brain fart and I didn't finish my sentence in time. I'm sorry, guys. I just trolled the fuck out of my own chat. I love it. All right. I love you guys. You guys are so much fun. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Listen, guys, I'm going live again tonight at 10 Eastern. That's going to be fun because we're going to do some more roasting of the usual Lol's Cow idiots that we've been following lately. So 10 o'clock Eastern for that, if you guys are interested in that. We on the Glare, we like to exploit the exploiters. And Battery Betty, man, she is doing the most exploitive thing that she has done yet, and I've got words about that. I've got some thoughts about that. So yes, so if you're interested in that, and we're gonna have some fun, and if you like having laughs, that's what we'll be doing. And on your way out of here, guys, do me a big solid and smash the like button and subscribe if you're not already. I love you guys very much, and we will be doing this again literally very, very soon, my friends.